What's going wrong at Tesla? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Tesla. I'm on my second Tesla motor vehicle now. And I quite like the fact that I've got several hundred shares. So there are still a few problems that are going wrong. Over the last few weeks, we've seen the price of the shares crash down to about 140 something odd dollars. And it was 200 and something in about August last year. Huh. Now, fortunately, it has gone back up. That was after the quarterly earnings report. Now, normally what happens is the shares go along nicely, the earnings report comes out and it does that and just drops down. This time it went back up. It's up to about 172 odd dollars US, give or take, which is a bit better. But there's still a few things happening at Tesla that I've got my concerns about, and I'd like your opinions as well. So the first one was Elon Musk. He makes posts that you could only describe as a bit sus at times. Now, okay, look, he's got Asperger's, as he says, and that may account for some of it. But I think as a CEO of a multi-$100 billion company, you really need to zip it a bit more. I mean, you look at Ford's Jim Farley, GM's Mary Barra. You don't see them going and saying, oh, this political party or this politician and all this sort of stuff. You just don't see them. How many other large motor vehicle manufacturers, CEOs, do you see making posts like that? You don't. So that's one of my major concerns. I mean, some people go, oh, it's Elon, don't worry. But I know quite a few people when they go, oh, you've got a Tesla. I won't touch those because of Elon. Yeah, so he could be one of the reasons that Tesla may have some problems. Now, they did, as I said, have their quarterly earnings report recently, and the share price went up afterwards. I don't understand that. Maybe it was because Tesla have gone and cut or threatening to cut 10,000 jobs, and that will save them $1 billion a year. Elon said that every 5 years they need to rethink their strategies and so on. So, yeah, I don't know. But their chief of powertrain development resigned. I'm not too sure that Elon didn't go and have a word with him, because the ramp up of the 4680 cells is not going as fast as Elon would like, I'm pretty certain. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on all of this? So, if we just take a quick scan through their quarterly earnings report, there are a few things that tend to stand out. So here we have the summary page, which is the first page just about. And operating cash flow, 0.2 billion, but they actually had a negative cash flow of 2.5 billion. So their cash and investments available to them dropped to 26.9 billion. Mind you, I still wouldn't mind having that much spare cash myself. But a few of the things that have improved are their AI training compute by more than 130% in Q1. They've also made record energy storage deployment of 4.1 gigawatt hours. And they're now making 1,000 Cybertrucks in a week in April. That's their record, which is not too bad. So they're cutting costs and they're ramping things up. I don't propose to go through all of this. You can download it from the investor relations website at Tesla. But basically, a lot of things are down. Automotive revenues are down, total revenues are down, and so on. So that's not the best. As it is here, total revenue declined 9% year on year. Now, they do say that there's some reasons for that, which are reasonable. They had a reduced average selling price year on year, and you've only got to just look at the prices in Australia. They've gone very low. They had the Model 3 update, so they had to retool Fremont and so on, and they've had Giga Berlin had some problems, not only the Red Sea problem, which really shut down for a couple of weeks production there, but they've also had that terrorist attack. So, yeah, there's a few things have affected their profitability, and the Tesla share price went up. Okay. Their production went down. They've got, normally it's around the 12 to 15 days worth of inventory on hand, but that's now blown out to 28 days. And one of the problems I think here is that the inventory is not in the right places. It's still got to get from China to where it's supposed to be delivered. So when you think of what Ford and GM have got, they've probably got around 60 days or even 90 days worth of inventory. So they're doing all right there, but it's still not the most ideal. They've increased the number of supercharger stations by around about 300 in the last quarter. We could do with a couple of those in Western Australia here, please, Elon. We're desperately short on them. But it's still a good sign that they are still investing in the superchargers. Now, if you actually look here, this capacity adds up to 2.35 million. But they have said that they have got total capacity for 3 million. Now, I suppose that would be including the new, cheaper vehicle and so on. But I don't know where they're going to get it from. They've said that they can just increase the capacity that they've got already. So we shall wait and see. Now, this is an interesting one here. This one in the top right is cumulative miles driven with FSD beta, or as it's now known, FSD supervised, in billions of miles. So back about a year ago, it was 0.15 billion miles. It's now 1.3 billion miles, and it's really shot up since FSD version 12 was released, which is this red section here. Now that's quite interesting, because this was when they gave people a month's trial, and then they dropped the price from 199 to 99 a month, which really means that a lot of people have taken it up, and that is giving them a huge amount of data for their full self-driving capabilities. And they used to be compute constrained. If you go back a year ago, they were very compute constrained. They've now lifted that up to around about the 37,000 H100 equivalent GPUs. Now, the H100 GPUs are from NVIDIA. They're hoping to keep this going up. So by the end of the year, they want to have 85,000. That's going to be an interesting target if they can reach it. Here, they've said they're currently between two major growth waves. The first one being the global expansion of the Model 3Y platform, and the next one will be initiated by advances in autonomy and the introduction of new products. So I don't know whether full self-driving unsupervised is going to be around this year. But maybe it will come next year. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, they've updated our future vehicle lineup to accelerate the launch of new models with an S, plural. And they've accelerated that to be ahead of our previously communicated start of production in the second half of 2025. Now, Elon's already said that on the 8th of August, 8/8, and 8's a very auspicious number in the Chinese area, because it's the actual way they say the number 8, it sounds like wealth and prosperity. So he's announced that they'll be making an announcement on robotaxi, or cybercar, as he called it, then. So I'm just wondering if cybercar is going to be their Model 2 or Model Q, their cheap vehicle. I think it may well be, and it will also become the robotaxi once they've got FSD up to level 4 autonomy. I think it's going to be level 4. I don't think level 5 is going to be around for a couple of years yet. So these new vehicles, including more affordable models, so this is all plural, and they're very careful when they make their statements. So I'm just wondering if that's going to have a few new models coming out. So they've got their next gen platform, as well as their current platform that the Model 3 and Y is basically made on. Their next gen platform and their current platform should be able to be produced on the same manufacturing lines, which is going to save them money and keep the costs of goods sold down. And their purpose-built robotaxi product will continue to pursue a revolutionary unboxed manufacturing strategy. Can someone explain to me what an unboxed manufacturing strategy means? Thanks. So then, after all of that, they just have their photos and charts. This is global battery electric vehicle model, their ecosystem. But then you've got a nice picture of their Model 3 refresh, Highland, whatever. And this looks like the performance model because it's got the red calipers. Now, one thing that I do think is stupid and complete BS, and that is this bit. After probable gas savings. Now, if you actually look at how they do it, it's based on a certain price of fuel and a certain price of electricity. Now, that is BS, because if you look at American pricings, it's totally different depending upon the state that you're in for electricity. So, I don't know. I think they should drop that. It really is absolute rubbish. And a nice picture of the Cybertruck final assembly line. Yes, that's looking quite nice. My wife thinks it's terrible. And we've just had one in Sydney driving around the streets. Now, it is a left-hand drive model, but does that mean we might be getting it here? They've taken one to China. There's one in a couple of other places. And now one has been seen in Australia. I wonder. We do need the right-hand drive version, though. As I've said, Tesla superchargers are going out nicely. They're also looking at their ride-hailing app, which is going to be part of the Tesla app. So their software is very good, I have to admit. So I think that this is actually going to be very useful. So this is the training cluster for Dojo. It says not a render. I don't understand this picture. Perhaps someone could explain it to me, pretty please. This is the mega pack storage area. So that they're dispensing with a lot of mega packs, which is really good. This is the start of construction at Giga Nevada. And this is where they're going to be making the Tesla Semi, I think. So there we have it. the earnings call, my thoughts, my concerns in general with Elon, the share price and other things. So what do you think to Elon's posts? Are you worried about them? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're in the comments below, can you please do me a big favour? There's a like and subscribe button down there. Click them, pretty please, because it really does help the algorithm and it helps promote the channel to more people. So the more likes and the more subscribes, excellent. That really does help me and the channel and hopefully other people as well. So thank you very much for that, and I'll see you all very soon.